King. Where is it?
Here we are.
Hey,
We are here.
hey, we are here.
Welcome.
You know what I should probably do before we get jumping into stuff? I should probably shut off my phone. Right?
Your watch?
Yeah, my watch, yeah. Probably shut that off so I could be full attention. Although I do answer a lot of calls on that thing. So,
What's
guess what?
happening?
We're here. We're live, man. Another live session. May 13th? Killing it,
May
crushing it.
13th.
Class just started, right? For
Yesterday.
our
Spring bee.
short 6-week courses just started yesterday. What's up, Ashish? So yeah, pretty much all of our short stuff started yesterday. A lot of stuff going on, man. And then
It's busy.
June, you got the application thing down there, the June 30th stuff for summer. Summer is coming. I'm pretty sure that's how the original Game of Thrones started, and then they're like, hey, you know what? Let's go with winter.
Winter.
I don't know. So
I saw a wild animal behind you.
oh yeah, is it? Probably so.
Walking in the hall.
Oh, there's lots of them around here. Who knows what's around? I did cross a snake earlier in the road when I took a walk. He was cruising around. So I was
Just
like, "Ooh."
cruising.
So, cool.
Well, welcome everyone. This is the Animation Mentor live stream that we do monthly here. My name is Mars. I am a student success coach here at Animation Mentor. And that guy.
I too. I'm not Mars, but I'm Tim.
Tim.
But I am a student success coach here. So that
The
means
finest.
we get to help you from start to finish, like Ashish, who just checked in. Right? So it's kind of one of those things. We help them, and then we set them free to animate, and then they hang out with us, and Gabriel's checking in, and then they hang out with us for a little bit.
That's my younger brother. What's up,
Is it Gabe? What's up, Gabe?
What's up, Gabe?
Welcome to the squad.
Welcome. Yeah, what is this thing? This live stream is let's even take a step before that. What the heck is Animation Mentor, Tim?
Yeah, I'll talk to him about it. So back in 2005, I guess March 27th, 2005,
Yeah.
I had a wacky idea, right? Let's start an online animation school. 20 years later, boom, here we are. We've been teaching 3D character animation for 20 years.
20 years. It's amazing.
We've added a bunch of stuff to that. Game animation is another one that we've already integrated into our catalog for people to check out, plus a series of short courses. But 3D character animation, if you want to be the master of movement and moving digital puppets, that's what we're going to do. We're going to teach you how to do that. So lots of mentors that teach for us from all your favorite studios, and some that you don't know about that are killer studios.
Right.
These people teach for us here. So it's like current industry techniques every time you go to class, which is kind of cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. That was excellent explanation of what Animation Mentor is. It's entirely online school.
Yeah.
You can attend from anywhere in the world, and we have students from all over the world. I mean,
We do.
I can look at my WhatsApp real quick here.
Dude, we
Where I
travel
talk to
travel
students.
well.
Yeah, talking to students just this morning in I think it was UAE, Luxembourg, India, Iran, Tennessee, South Africa. I mean, all over the place.
Yeah, I'm going to do Australia a favor and not call them
Right now.
because I've done that. You know what I mean? And they're like, hello? So, yeah.
It's
Or
me,
maybe,
Tim.
I don't know. I got a horrible Australian accent, so you could probably do it better.
Hello?
This is Tim. Yeah.
Hello,
exactly.
Tim.
Yeah, exactly.
Tim,
Tim, it's 2:00 in the morning. Yeah.
is this Animation Mentor?
Yeah. 2:00. No,
Totally.
it's not Animation Mentor.
Well, and this live stream, what is this? This is here for you. So this is for you to ask questions about classes. How do you sign up? What is registration about? How do you apply? Do you guys have payment plans? So any of those questions that you might have about the courses, we're here to help out. So we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about, like Tim said, but we're here to answer questions as well. I see a lot of YouTube people here. I'm wondering, we're supposed to be live on other platforms as well. We should be live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. TikTok is being a little bit, or giving us a little issues, but we'll hopefully be back on TikTok sometime soon.
Cool. Yeah, but all the important ones anyway, we're there. I mean,
Right.
so check in, give us a shout if you guys are checking in from any of the ones that Mars had just mentioned.
And look, we've already got some people here from Nepal, India. Amazing. And just to let you know, Animation Mentor is actually based here in the United States. We have kind of two headquarters. We were founded and headquartered in Emeryville, California, a couple blocks away from Pixar Studios. You may have
Sure
heard of
enough.
that studio.
Yeah.
And we've recently moved our headquarters over to New York. So we're kind of everywhere, but based in
Yeah.
the US.
But we are, like we always joke about, the United Nations of animation.
Totally.
We bring
Yeah.
them all together here, at our school, and so it's quite extraordinary. We got a lot of events that we do have besides the classes, right, that we offer here. We got a lot of you know workshops that we also do as well. We've got a really cool one coming up this week on the 15th with Ari Santos, which is
We'll
all
block our
about.
faces.
Yeah, there you go. Block the face. You know what I mean? I'm totally cool with that. Because if you want some tips and tricks on how to create a standout demo reel, scan that QR code and hang out with us. Mars and I'll be there.
Yeah,
We're
it's gonna
we're
be fun.
we're always checking in with that stuff. We'll be doing Q&A afterwards.
Yep.
But he's going to give you some great tips and tricks on how to actually do that. And
Yeah.
so hope you guys can hop in to that
And
particular event.
we're big fans of Ari too.
He's awesome, man.
He's great. Well, I love listening to him talk. He inspires me. He makes me want to start animating.
You know what else? He wears great shirts.
He has a good
You know what
collection
I mean?
of shirts.
He
I'm
does.
curious to see what he's going to have for
Yeah,
Friday
he doesn't
or
have
Thursday.
like ordinary black shirts.
That's
Just
all
saying.
I have.
Obviously that's what I'm rocking.
We do have some questions coming in from Instagram. Madrigals is asking, do you have in-person classes? As we mentioned, Animation Mentor is entirely online. You can go to Arkansas, from what I heard,
Yeah.
and take classes in person. I'm just kidding.
It's our satellite school.
No, but we do not have in-person classes. I think that would be kind of cool, but I think it's more accessible. We have students from all around the world. So yeah, all of our classes are entirely online.
Yeah, this is true.
We've got Domi Silva 96 on Instagram asking, I am not practical enough with animations. So if you need more practice with animation, this is the place to do it. And if you have, it sounds like maybe you have some experience already. And if you do, we do have an advanced placement program. So if you're not
Yeah.
quite sure where to start, you should definitely talk with us. We can get you started. And for advanced placement, it's relatively easy. All you need to do is include a link to your demo reel with your application, and we'll get that in front of one of our mentors, have them take a look at your work and place you into the best class for your skill set. So we'll let you know kind of where you need to start.
This stuff isn't easy. You know what I mean? We always talk about it. Animation is a marathon and not a sprint. And, this stuff is not easy to do. And how many hours did it take to master something? Was it 10,000?
10,000, yeah, I think
I mean,
so.
that's amazing. That's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it's
But
quite a
it
bit.
makes you wonder what goes into, all these great movies that are out there, and games that are being
Yeah.
created. So, Mars talking about applications. It's, it's part of the deal to get into our character animation program, which is a series of 6 12-week courses, or our game animation program, which is also a series of 6 12-week courses. You must submit an application to the school that asks you a couple simple questions, right? Your Maya skill, the basic stuff, your address, your birth date, stuff like that. But then we ask you a really important question, which is, why do you want to become an animator? Right?
Yeah.
When you do that and you're writing that essay, think about it. Right? Why do you want to do
Yeah.
that? Why do you want to make cartoons for a living? How much fun is that? And so we want you to write us a paragraph or more. We love long essays.
We do.
And sometimes we even share them with the team.
Yep.
And let them see the kind of students who are coming into school. So write that essay on why you want to become an animator. It definitely improves your chances of getting accepted to our school. And then Mars and I will, personally work with you and get you all set up and get you all ready to go for classes.
Awesome. And Normac given us the assist, Cameron. That's Cameron backwards, by the way.
Yeah.
He's mentioned something kind of important here. Just back to you, Madrigals. Do you have in-person classes? No, we don't. There are entirely online, but I think it's important to note these are live classes. This is not just purely pre-recorded video lectures. We do have live classes. So, I mean, it is very much like in person. You are meeting with a professional animator from major animation studio, and you have classmates. This is an opportunity excuse me, for you to connect with people, including your mentor, and really get to know other animators from around the world. So these are live
Yeah.
classes. It's
Great
important
call.
to, yeah,
Yeah, and might be a good one for Madrigal to check out the campus tour video because there it shows some of that in there on top of the other live things that are going on as well, which are the dailies, right?
yeah,
And so
yeah,
dailies are going to be an integral part of your success here, but also it's going to get you prepared for what's going on in the industry. So if you're working at a studio, guess what? Dailies are going to be part of your thing, man.
yep.
Having somebody, your supervisor, look at what you're doing because you're creating puzzle pieces for a much larger puzzle. And
Hmm.
so you're going into these dailies to make sure that whatever puzzle piece you're working on is going to work with the rest of the puzzle.
Yeah,
And so about the
I
best
like
way I can
that.
put that.
That's great. A couple more questions from Instagram. Dame Pro One is asking, "Sir, how does animation market do these days? Because AI is everywhere." Good question. We definitely get that quite a bit. Got it just a couple of days ago. What I've been telling students is, if you remember, maybe you don't, but if you think back to a time when 3D animation first came around, a lot of 2D artists were terrified, and they're like, what's going to happen with this computer animation? Is the art form going to disappear and go away? And I've been telling students, no, it didn't. I mean, look how far we've come with 3D animation since then, decades. And I think with the introduction of AI, we're going to have a whole new set of tools and a new way to create. And I think it's just going to take animation even further. So I don't think it's going to replace the human artist. I think this is going to be something that we've got to embrace. We've got to learn about it. And sure, there's going to be some contracting and expanding as we learn how to adopt these different AI tools that are being developed. But I don't think it's going to erase the industry. I think that would be terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's kind of like went from 2D and those guys being threatened by 3D, and then they're like, "Hey, this is cool," and then 3D kind of being threatened by mocap, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is going to take," and then they're like, "Oh wow, this is cool because now I got more work to do," and now we're at the AI side of things, and we're like, "Look, just looking at history,
Yeah,
things are totally fine." And we see so much in comments and on Reddit and everywhere else that you're starting to see that people are like, yeah, I'm not going to like run from this thing. I'm going to face it head on and figure out how we can shake hands and make things work out. So yeah.
yeah, awesome.
Druba's got one. Is there any plan for release of any rig for public use? We actually do have a couple rigs on
Yeah,
the campus that are for public use. Our Stewart character, our Squirrels character, and there's a host of others that are on there. And yeah, so and I think some of the other ones, there you got to go through classes to get access to like the Shaman and Victor and all of these kinds of rigs that are there. So cool.
awesome.
Yeah. Look at Ashish dropping stuff in. Yeah, Ashish putting that in there because Ashish went to the workshop that we had with Sean Sexton,
Ah,
where he was talking about AI and how DreamWorks they don't use it, I
right.
mean, because they know that humans write stories,
Yep.
and so, yeah, good call on that, Ashish. Thanks. And look, Normac dropped in the rig link there. Good call.
I wonder if I type it here, where does this go? We'll see what happens. I don't know where that
Look
went.
at that. Look at that. Look at that. Right?
Do that in there. There's some free rigs there, so check those out for sure.
Yeah, access that Stewart rig. It's pretty cool.
It's very versatile. I can't tell you how many versions of Stewart that I've seen. I've seen Stewart as a buff garbage man, a
Yeah.
pirate, a DJ,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
many different things. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really cool.
I like that one.
Cool. Let's see. Got another question here from Instagram. Oh, well, this is not a question. This is a comment. This is a very good one here. Francis Castro 3D. Hi, everyone from Milan. I'm actually in class 6. AM is a super great school. I love it.
Boom. Good call. Yeah, man, getting to
just-
class 6, that's no joke.
Yeah, that's, you're at
Not
the
for the
final,
weak at heart.
final boss level.
Yeah, basically final boss level. You're in line. Yeah, that's cool. Let's see what else. Yeah, so we see the banner down at the bottom. Our summer term kicks off June 30th, right? If you already know how to use Maya, you could jump into the summer term. If you're not familiar with Maya, industry standard software, there's Blender, but Maya is a little bit more widely used out there in the industry, and so knowing how to use Maya is a big deal. So if you don't know how to use Maya, you should take one of our Maya courses first, and then maybe apply. There you go, and then maybe apply for the fall term. And I'm just going to throw this out there because I'm not sure. Was that September 29th?
It is. Yep.
September 29th is when the fall 25 term begins. So if you're not a Maya user, apply for the fall term. You got 2 chances to take our Maya course.
Summer term.
I'm thinking June 30th, and I'm just going to throw it out there again. August 11th.
You got it. Boom.
That's wacky. That you know what I mean? You're like, I don't know.
All the dates. We know quite a bit of dates.
Pretty funny. Like Rain Man of that kind of stuff.
When does
anything else? Forget it.
When does winter 2027 end?
Oh my, yeah, exactly. Let me think here. Calculate, carry the 1, bring down the 4. Yeah. I'm not sure.
That's funny. Cool. More questions here from Instagram. We got Instagram is just
popping,
so active, popping.
Yeah.
We've got Tony Rizzi 3131 asking, what's more important in a character animation portfolio, acting, body mechanics, or both? Great question. I think both. You really need to have, that's sort of the complete package, and that's exactly what we focus on in the the character animation program. Is you have a first 9 months of really foundational building courses of the 12 principles of animation, body mechanics, and advanced body mechanics. I think that's a big difference between our courses here, and from what I've heard from students at other colleges and universities, they might cover body mechanics in part of one term in a lot of these programs that are called an animation degree, but here we're actually covering body mechanics in 6 months of courses. That's quite a bit.
It's important.
Yeah, and then the remainder of the character animation program, the next 9 months, is all about acting. So we really go in deep there, and if you really want to take a look, this is what I tell students and families all the time. If you really want to see what a school is all about, check tuition and check mentors and stuff like that, or teachers and professors. But if you really want to see what a school is doing, take a look at the student work.
Yeah, there it is right there. As old timers like myself say, proof's in the pudding.
What pudding?
Yeah, right. That's the truth, though. Look at the student work, and Mars is exactly right. Doing 6 months of body mechanics is absolutely the great way to do that, and then diving into the acting side of it and working on lip sync, but also integrating all those body mechanics into the acting courses at the same time.
Yeah,
right. And so it's like everything together, mix it all up.
All right. More questions here from Instagram. Amit Moralia is asking, when the new workshop going to start? So that will be starting June 30th. So registration just opened yesterday. Unless you're talking about a free workshop, that's going to be this Thursday. So we have 6 week short courses. Those are coming up starting June 30th. And then our free monthly workshop is going to be this Thursday. I'll put that back up on.
If you can't attend the live one, we always have a replay link of it. The cool thing about the replay link is that you get to look at all the other past ones that have taken place.
Good ones.
There's some amazing ones in there. I can't believe we do those for free. Because there's so much great content that lies in those particular workshops. It's pretty amazing. What else we got? What kind of questions we got? We're quite proud today.
It's a little bit quiet, but you know what? Cameron's in here for the assist for Tony Rizzi 3131. Just some additional notes about what's more important: acting, body mechanics, both. Cameron's jumping in here. Cameron's a professional animator as well. He's been animating for a long time. He's a former animation mentor, and also on our support team here. He does a little bit of everything. Ambassador of animation, from Canada. We love him. But he says the most important aspect of character animation in a portfolio is strong fundamentals and strong body mechanics. No amount of good acting will work with bad fundamentals. Those fundamentals mastered, next is building strong acting, performance, and being able to add both subtext and subtlety to animation as well as exaggeration. That's such great advice.
Tell you what, he's speaking the gospel right there.
The animation gospel.
The animation guy. He's right, because we see a lot of reels that come through and they're like, it's all this acting stuff, but you're not seeing any body movement. It's just like, dialogue and stuff, and you're like, well, the
Right.
characters move at all
Yeah.
besides their mouths and stuff,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And
That's
yeah,
very
he's
true.
right, you know, and so that's
Yeah.
cool. Good one. Good tip.
And I was just gonna say we review demo reels, quite a bit here. I mean, we get a lot of demo reels on a weekly basis. I mean, sometimes like I don't know, 50 to 100 a week or
Crazy.
so. A lot. But a lot of times when we see student work, they're lacking
Yeah.
the fundamentals.
And I'm going to tell you a secret right now.
Ooh, lean in, Tim. Tell us.
Not all the reels are awesome, right? Sometimes you get some amazing reels. You're like, oh my God, you got placed in class 4 or 5 or whatever. But then you get somewhere, maybe they've gone to more of a generalist school.
Yeah.
Where we're like,
Right,
hey,
right.
this is why we have you placed in class 1. It's not your
Right.
fault. It's just
Yeah.
because the curriculum wasn't developed to teach you to be a specialist. It just kind of
Right.
gave you a little bit of everything along the way, which is totally fine. I think some people need that to kind of figure out what they really dig. What do they want to focus on?
Yep. Cool. More questions from Instagram coming in here. So it looks like No Tour Girl Saddle is asking, what does the course cost and is there payment plans? Great question.
Yeah.
So our courses do vary. The tuition varies by course, is what I meant to say. And so it does kind of depend on which course you're talking about, but it ranges for our 6-week short courses anywhere from $6.99 to $8.99 US per course. And for our 12-week courses, anywhere from $12.99 to $24.99 US per course. And yes, we do have payment plans for our 12-week courses that are both part of the character or game animation program and also our creature animation courses. So you can split that up and pay monthly. Awesome part about the payment plans, there's no setup fees, there's no interest, there's no credit.
There's a lot of
checks.
interest, but it's interest from the students, not so much.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
So yeah, the payment plans are awesome. They're flexible too. I mean, mostly they're due on the 5th of every month, but we're flexible. If you need a different pay date, we can adjust things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mary's our finance person. She's legit.
She is the best.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She deals with a lot of payment plans. I don't know how she manages all of that. But
She's amazing. And she takes care of students. If something's going on and a student's like, hey, I just got 4 flat tires, Mary, I need a couple extra days. Just,
I've been there.
You know what I mean? It could happen. What are the odds? But
yeah. Oh man.
You got 4 flats? How weird is that? Accidents, or did you really make someone mad?
I went backwards at Disneyland where the place that says don't back up because severe tire damage.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't think they meant me.
I thought I could make it.
Yeah.
Tony Risley 3131 from Instagram. Another question. Can the course be online? Because I'm from Nigeria. I'd love to be a part of Animation Mentor student. Thanks.
Bam. Guess what?
Tell me, Tim.
It's all online.
It's all online.
It is all online.
Entirely online.
We get a lot of students from Nigeria that apply to our school here. So that's pretty cool, so we'd love to have you.
We even know the country code by heart.
Oh my God. Drop it on them.
+234.
Boom.
Cool. More questions from Instagram coming in. Commander J873 asking, isn't it better for a student to join a school like Animation Mentor only once? They have had an overview of the whole pipeline and sure it's 3D animation that they want to specialize in? That's a good
call.
question.
Yeah.
I don't think so necessarily. I mean, we have kind of both of those groups of students. We have students who are either brand new to animation, have never done anything in their lives, and start off with that 6-week Maya animation course. And that's good testing ground to see if this is really what you want to do. And then you can, you don't have to sign up for all 6 courses at once. You just sign up for 1 course at a time. And then we do have the experienced students that are either, attended a college or university or professionals that are working in the industry too. We get a lot of students like that too. So it's not necessarily that you have to have any previous animation experience. We can actually teach you from the very beginning.
Yeah, and I think one of the cooler things too about the way that our system works is that you can do what you just said. Hey, take the Maya course, and then maybe you're like you come back, in 6-12 weeks or whatever. That's cool. Maybe you're in animation basics, and you're like, man, I'm not ready to, I don't have the funds yet to pay for class 2. Well, you know what? Take little break between and stack up a little bit of money in between then and just jump back in. Cool part is you never lose access to the campus. If you're taking breaks
That's awesome.
between terms
Yep.
or you're a graduate from the school, the login access to the campus and all the resources that live there, any of the character rigs that you used before, all your previous work, your e-critiques, the training tab, right, which is where your syllabus lives, that stuff stays there forever. So that's kind of the neat thing about going through our school. You're a lifer.
Lifer. That's cool. I had one thing to mention. This is really for students that already have Maya experience and maybe considering registering for the summer term starting June 30th, or you're already a student of Animation Mentor. Maybe you're in ANO 2, ANO 3, maybe you're in the games course, but you haven't registered for the summer term yet. Well, I don't know if you know about this, but we do this every single term. We have an early bird registration sweepstakes. And what this is a contest, basically.
Yeah.
This is for students to register early. So if you've already taken the Maya course and you're thinking about registering for ANO 1, if you get that done before May 18th, you're going to get your name automatically entered into a drawing. And there's going to be some pretty awesome prizes. I'm going to put my phone on mute here real quick because I got this ringing in my ear.
Yeah.
Let me ignore that. But tell us what those prizes are, Tim.
Yeah. So you've got, we got $500 off, right?
Third place.
Your third prize. So if you win third, right, which is still pretty good, you get $500 off. If you happen to be in second place, you get $1,000 off your next course. If you happen to be a grand prize winner, getting that first call, then your next course is free. It's like $2,500, value basically, and it's important to know it's your next course. Right. So it means if you're like, okay, cool, I'm in animation basics, so that means since I won these sweepstakes, I get body mechanics for this price off or free possibly, and so that's kind of how that process works. And what is that? The 18th? Is that Sunday?
I believe that's this Sunday coming up.
I think it is Sunday. Yeah.
Yep.
So
and that'll be that credit again will go towards your fall 2025 course.
Exactly.
So yeah,
and again,
if you've taken Maya, or if you're in class already, try and get registered before Sunday.
Yeah, no doubt. Good call. Yep. And from getting registered early, another advantage to that is that you're not going to find yourself scrambling at the end going, wow, the mentor that I wanted is sold out. What happened?
Yeah.
So try to get in early because they do. I mean, we've already got sections that are completely full for the upcoming summer term. And so people all the time will reach, how it is. They'll reach out and go, hey, Tim, I'm trying to get into this class and it says it's full. Can you check? And you're like, yeah, it's there. It's full. So
what's that question that worries us that we get quite a bit? When's the last
deadline?
day?
Yeah, what's the last day? Yeah.
Like, no, that's not the right question. The right question is, how soon can I register?
Yeah. Because usually if it's what's the last day, you're like, okay, you're going to wait till like the 29th to register and you're going to go, in class at 2 a.m.
Right. They're like, I couldn't find anything that fits my schedule.
Yeah.
It's funny. But yeah, the early bird, try and get registered by Sunday if you can.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Sure.
Cool. Commander J873's got another question here. Do you know any Animation Mentor students who became entrepreneurs, like ones who started their own studios to create their own films or games? Great question. I don't know right off the top of my head any, but I can tell you that a lot of graduates go on to be freelancers. And, I think that's very entrepreneurial in a way. I don't know specifically any that started their own studios, and that may have been the case. But being your own boss, it's got its challenges, it's got its rewards. But the hardest thing, in my opinion, and I've been a full-time musician before, freelance musician, and it's hard to keep your calendar full. That's one of the things you got to do is you're constantly working for yourself to keep your calendar full, keeping, gigs, projects, clients, and you're your own marketing person too. So you've got to do outreach. You've got to make sure that your stuff's up to date.
You got to bid these jobs.
Yeah.
And I always thought that, a good way to do it is, working for somebody else for a little while, learn while they pay you.
Right.
Yeah, learn while they pay you, learn from the things that you right, learn from the things that you wrong, and then it's kind of slowly, migrate into doing something on your own. At least that way you can get some practice while you're also getting salary and get some experience because, if you're going to be a freelance, it's always good to have some credits under your belt so that somebody can believe in you to do their job. If they know something that you've done in the industry, it's a lot easier to get gigs if you got your name on some ending credits of something.
Yep. Well, awesome. Well, that's another quick 30 minutes.
Wow,
Flew by.
man.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. A little bit of a quieter crowd this time
Really?
around.
I know, but that's
Um,
okay. That's okay.
it's all right. Uh, those of you watching it later, because this will be reposted to our social media channels,
Yeah.
feel free to reach out to us. You can drop a comment too. We do check all the comments on
We
Facebook
do.
and Instagram. And contact us. There's a lot of different ways. First of all, if you haven't already,
It's
follow
coming in.
us.
It's coming in
Here it
hot.
comes. Follow us at Animation Mentor. That way you get updates. I got an update on my phone in a couple of places that told me Animation Mentor is going live. So if you want to
Yeah.
know when we're going live, make sure you follow us. We post all kinds of great student work, our recent graduates work, and not too far away, probably a few months away, we're going to be doing our next showcase. So we've got that coming up
Amazing.
in a few months. And then you can call or text us as well.
Yeah.
Phone number is 877-326-4628. Tim and I are always here. Feels like we're always working. We do have some time
We do.
off,
We do.
but we work quite a bit. You can email us anytime as well, admissions@animationmentor.com. Goes right to our inbox, and we're always checking messages. I tell the world that we're professional responders. That's what we do.
Yeah,
So
whether it's on WhatsApp, email, phones,
anywhere,
telepathy.
telepathy, we got you.
Cool. Right on.
Cool.
Good
Well,
deal.
thank you, everyone. Until next time, keep animating. And
Yep.
if you're already in classes or you have my experience, try and get registered before Sunday.